Hello, hello. Happy New Year. How is everyone? Survived the holidays, I hope. So, Brittany here, and we are doing our unboxing video for February's Joybox. So, welcome, everybody. I am really excited about this project. I've been wanting to do kind of a puffy fabric, pillowy type combined with the wood project for a while. And just never made it happen, or I tried it and didn't like it. And so I came back to it this month and figured out a good way to get a good puffy, like pillowy, pillow, I guess, in this frame. So I think this is so cute. So I might be doing some more of this. Keep your eye out. If you love this, love the look of this, I'm thinking about doing some for just some kits on our website. So I just love the texture of this, and I really like fabric projects that don't require sewing, although I do love to sew too. I like a mix of all. I love all crafting, guys. So anyways, that is the inspiration behind this month's project, is to create these really pretty puffy pillow type signs on top of like a rustic candlestick. All right, so just making sure my comments are on. There we are. All right, so we are going to make a large one and also a small one, and they have the different hearts on the top, kind of give us some variety, and that's what they look like. So let's talk about our supplies, what you get in the box, and then what you're going to need for the project. So let me lay these out properly. The large heart comes with the base, and then the outer frame, and then an inner frame that is going to hold our fabric. So kind of keep in mind the idea of maybe like an embroidery hoop. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen somebody load an embroidery hoop, if you've ever done embroidery. But there's the outer frame of an embroidery hoop and an inner frame, and you take out the outer frame, you put your fabric, and then you put this here and you pop it out, and you get the embroidery hoop that holds your fabric secure while you needle point, cross stitch, embroider, whatever you're doing there. So that's kind of where that idea comes from. And that's what this inner piece is for. It's going to hold our fabric nice while we stuff it, and then we glue it to the backer. So that is your two pieces there. And then we've got the candlestick, and then this piece at the bottom adds a little dimension to the bottom of the candlestick, but also adds a little more support for the stand, because this is going to get a little top heavy with all the fabric. Fluff is super light, but this is going to allow us to have another area that we can glue our stand to. So adds detail, adds stability. And then your small candlestick with heart base looks like this. You've got the two pieces, the outer frame and the inner piece that's going to hold the fabric. We've got our bottom of the candlestick for stability and texture, you know, dimension, and then the slotted stand sits in there like this. Okay. If you finished last month's project and posted it in the group or sent a picture to me, you will have an insert for the frame, and it looks like this. And I'm not sure how we're going to finish this quite yet. There's, so many ways we could just paint it and glue it on like this. Maybe we have a little fabric left over. We can add it to that, add some, even just do paper or something. So I kind of like keeping these blank to and simple to allow us to play around with different ideas on these little circles. And keep them small and simple so that they are easily finished too. I don't want the reward system to be an extra burden on you guys. Okay. Then you'll have a bag of fluff. And then a bag of some embellishments. And they're all going to be a little different. No two boxes are going to be alike. You will all have some jute or some raffia. You'll all have some jute. And then you'll all have two different pieces of ribbon. Some have a brighter, newer looking ribbon. Some have this antique ribbon. Some have some brown ribbon. So I kind of mixed it up. And then you'll all have a couple different buttons, 2 buttons, and they'll all be different as well. I just pulled from my huge stash of random buttons and threw those in there to add a little fun, whimsical, rustic-y look to our hearts. And then everyone was given random fabric. So this is kind of what I had left over. I bought the squares. There's a word for it in the quilting world. Something squares. Half squares, half quarters. They're called quarters, I think. Half quarters and quarters. Anyways, they come kind of folded like this, usually at a craft store. They're already pre-cut from the bolt, and you can get them like this. And so I just, kind of went through and grabbed a handful of different fabric. And so you should all get some random fabric in there. And hopefully it's something that you like or love. If you don't, you can add your own fabric if you want. So there's that. I think there's actually 2 pieces. No. So anyways, there's plenty of each piece to do. This one is not cut down, but you got a 9-inch length by however wide this is. I think it's 18. So there's plenty of fabric to do both hearts in it. And then you'll also have some excess leftovers, which I'll give you some ideas on how we can use those when we do the tutorial. So that is what comes in your box, guys. And then what you're going to need is some paint. So I just stuck to a pretty neutral candlestick. I used an antique wax first on the base, and then I covered it with white. I actually used the crayon method, so a piece of wax of some sort, either a white crayon or an old candle. To get this scratchy look here. And then that's it. That's all I used. So the 2 paints. So feel free to introduce some new paints, colors, if you want to, but that's what I used, and then the wax there. So you're going to need some brushes, obviously, something, just a standard larger brush if you want. You can also just use makeup wedges. If you're going to add any sort of designs or anything, you might want a round brush. And then I used a scraping tool to scrape the areas off where I applied the crayon. If you don't have one of these scrapers, you know, an old gift card works great. That's a little soft. Like an old gift card. This is an old hotel key. Those work great. And then, or you could just use a plastic scraper from like the hardware store. I should get one in here just to show an example of that. You're gonna need some scissors. I used my sanding block to distress a little bit more along the edges as well. Scissors and a pencil for tracing your hearts and cutting those out. Glue. This is my stick fast. My sticker has come off. And then with this project, I am going to use the glue gun. I don't think we've ever used the glue gun in a project yet. I'm trying to think if where I might have used it. I might have used it on maybe showing some different ways you can attach bows to things, but I don't think we've ever, it's been a necessity. So, but the reason why we're using the glue gun is, my stick fast glue, or any sort of like super glue is not the greatest at holding down fabric. So, what we're gonna do is we essentially take this, wrap fabric around it. We're gonna pop that on. We come around and then we turn the fabric in and glue along here. And so the glue gun is perfect for stuff like that. And then we will attach it to the base. Now, if you don't have a glue gun, you can use like a craft glue, something a little more thick and sticky. And what I recommend for that then is something like this tacky craft glue. And even then, I did try one heart with it because I wanted to make sure that I was giving you guys a good option. I used it on the small heart, and it dries fast, but it gets a little messy because as you're pushing down your fabric onto the glue then soaks into the fabric and can get your fingers kind of messy. So it's nice to just have maybe something plastic where you kind of hold it, and you got to work in small sections until that glue sets up enough that it's going to hold your fabric. So that's the other thing with fabric, and this, it does take a little bit longer to set up. So, but it is possible. But I would recommend this if you don't have a glue gun, is the tacky glue. This just doesn't cut it. It soaks into the wood and it soaks into the fabric, and there's just not a good solid surface for that super glue to adhere to. So, anyways, if you have a glue gun, great. If not, the tacky glue will work. And I'll show you both. I'll show you a quick little demonstration with the tacky glue, so you, if those of you who have it need that. So, and that's all you need for this project. So, if you catch this on the replay and have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, or shoot me a message. Remember to, if you haven't gotten your box already, I'm hoping that most of you already did. I sent them actually last Friday. We were a little ahead of schedule, so I just shipped them out. But if you have gotten your box, make sure to open it, inspect your pieces, make sure that everything's there. Remember, everything is packed by a human in this business, that human being me, and I make mistakes and someone can sometimes forget things. So make sure that you check your box for everything. If you don't have what you need, if there's anything that arrived broken, please message me and we will get a replacement or fulfill the mistake right away. So I think that's it. So I'm going to work on the tutorial either tonight or tomorrow. So the tutorial will be up on the YouTube channel and in the Facebook group within the next couple days. I think I put the 10th on the schedule. I've been really working on giving myself a little bit of flexibility because I feel like I'm always either late or I forget or I misschedule something. So that way I'm always on time or I'm always ahead of schedule if I push my due date out just a little bit and give myself a little grace on getting those done. So yeah, I think that's it. So not a lot of painting to do this month, but these are sure pretty. They're beautiful. I can see some Easter eggs or carrots or flowers done this way. So if you love this project, let me know in the comments if this is something we should create kind of a series with our DIY kits on. If you'd like to see more of this style of crafting. And if not, let me know too. So I want to make sure that we are in line with what you guys want. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys all had a wonderful New Year's Eve, a wonderful Christmas. And I look forward to crafting with you this year. And we will chat with you later. Thanks, guys. Happy crafting.